a mum of two, and I used to be a graphic designer. And I've forgotten how old I am, 42, I think.
I'm 67 years old, 21 in my mind and heart.
I trained as a general nurse many years ago, and then decided that I'd always wanted to be an actor.
I was 7 weeks pregnant and went to the doctor just to tell him that I was pregnant and mentioned some pains I had. And he had a little feel in my tummy and rushed me to A&E.
The postman was at the door with a letter which I took off, and I knew instantly that I'd been recalled.
I was diagnosed with bowel cancer.
People are very different, and you don't get to choose how you're going to recover, and it's impossible to predict how it's going to go.
This is the first of a series of films about the experience of dealing with cancer, focused particularly on the time after you've been discharged from your treatment in hospital and before you're feeling back to your old self again. It's about recovery in the 2 years after your treatment for cancer.
Your brain and your emotions are completely tied up with dealing with the immediate practicality of having cancer. And what does that mean?
When you're going through the treatment, you just take what the doctors say and you just get on and do, and that's the easy bit. Just being told what to do, take your medicine, and you'll be fine.
You might have chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and/or surgery. Everyone will have a very different experience.
That last chemo session was in June, and it was the summer was coming in, and I could really see the end of it, and that was quite exciting.
On my last day of treatment, I felt really excited. I mean, I felt like celebrating, and indeed we did celebrate.
I think what surprises a lot of people is that when the treatment's over, they imagine that they'll bounce back quite quickly and appreciate all the little things and almost be a better person and find pleasure in all the little things. And they can be quite shocked and quite surprised that that's not the case.
My recovery was, I would say as much as 75% emotional and 25% physical.
It played havoc, hell, whatever you want to do, with my mental state, my abilities in every shape or form.
Life doesn't just slip back into normality. And strange enough, when I was in treatment, friends were there and everybody was rallying around you and family were really great. But once you stop the treatment, that all just dies away and everybody expects you just to pick up the pieces and move on quite swiftly. And it wasn't that easy to do that.
It was the after effects of cancer that caught me by surprise and knocked me for six.
Feeling generally more emotional overall than you've ever felt before is the new normal. It can be horrible, but it is the new normal for a while.
For me, that first year, I suppose the image that springs to mind is a very common one of a roller coaster, because you are, at the beginning, you kind of hurtle downwards. Even though everyone around you is telling you it's going to be fine and it's all very optimistic, you can't help feeling like that. It's normal. And then you kind of start that very, very slow chug up to the next bit, and you get there and that feels great. You get over the next hurdle and then something will make you crash down again.
It's impossible to predict how the 2 years are going to go after treatment and then after that, to be honest. And you can't predict from the treatment how someone's going to feel.
This has changed my view on life. I had a totally different values in life, and things were precious that never were precious before. And it's really hard to explain that to somebody when they haven't been through what you've seen and what you've done and the decisions you've made.
What I don't know yet is 2 years post-treatment, am I just going to sail through every other mammogram? And how will I feel emotionally? But what I do have, I think, now is the equipment to deal with that inside me. I know what to do. I know how to deal with it, and it's not something that keeps me awake at night now.
It's another phase of life. It's something that can be dealt with.
Probably after about a year, I didn't want to talk about cancer anymore. Just suddenly, it was just like, okay, I wanted to get on and do things.
People with cancer are the bravest people. They have experienced one of the worst things in life and can still come through it.
At Macmillan, we know how a cancer diagnosis can affect every part of your life, and we're here to support you through. We'll help you get the support, energy and inspiration you need so you can start feeling like yourself again.